Okay, so before I change out of my pajamas and people start making noise for lunch, let's film and complain about how it's so hard to make any videos at the moment. I'm not keeping up with all the to-do list in my head of topics I wanted to do, and yeah, no, it's just how am I productive at all right now? I have no idea. Like this year is just a complete write-off. So, like I started the year with, hey guys, what videos do you want me to make? And then straight away in hospital on crutches, and then lockdowns, and then now my dog has a medical condition. And okay, so here's what my daily routine is like at the moment. Hopefully, I've gotten to bed before midnight. Doesn't always happen. And then hopefully, I sleep. If I've gone to bed early, chances are I'm going to wake up way too early as well. So I went to bed early 2 nights ago, and then yesterday woke up at 4 o'clock, couldn't get back to sleep. And then today, last night, I went to bed early at 11, and I was awake. Well, I checked the clock at 5:30, but I was awake before that. Couldn't get back to sleep. Then at 6:30, my alarm goes off, so I have to go and get Hope's meds ready and give them to him. And then he's got to wait half an hour before he can have his breakfast. It's one of those ones you have to wait before you eat anything after, or you also have to not eat anything for an hour beforehand. But I don't know if people are feeding him anything. He seems fine. But no, so sometimes in that half hour between giving him meds and having breakfast and really watching myself in reverse is just, I gotta try not to look at it too much. No, so in that period between giving him meds and his breakfast, sometimes I'm just so tired I have to lie down, and I don't even take off my hun tent. I don't even take off my Ugg boots. Did I mention I fixed the hole in the toe? I found some fabric from like my workplace when I used to do samples there, and I just cut it out, and it's actually really solid. Like my stitching is a bit dodgy, but the fabric's really solid, and so now my little toe, well, it's my big toe, but whatever, you get what I mean. Does like every Ugg boots I get, this foot is slightly bigger than the other, so it just like scrapes a little hole there, and now I seem to have fixed that problem, and I've got more of that fabric if it decides to come back. But yeah, anyway, no, what was I talking about? I go back to bed. I don't even take off this or my boots. I just sort of like squeeze in under the blankets with my feet poking out because I don't really want shoes in bed. But yeah, and then pillow over my head, and I'm sort of out of it. And then the alarm goes off again, and I'm sorry about the focus. Hello, this is my face. Can you focus? It's got an autofocus, but it's lost me. Oh, anyway, so roughly 7, depending on like how cooperative he is. I just set a timer for half an hour after I give him the meds. Yeah, 7-ish. I have to give him his breakfast. Oh, we've got this little wobbler toy. Maybe I can edit in some footage of that. Yeah, no, because he's on steroids, he eats too quickly, and he was sort of like gagging, so I got him this little wobbler thing, and yeah, now instead of gobbling it all in one go, it takes him a good 5 or 6 minutes to get all the things out of that and eat it, and like I have to supervise him because if he goes, well, I don't want him to go like to bring the thing next to the fridge, and all of a sudden you've got dog biscuits all the way under the fridge. So yeah, supervising that, and then you're supposed to supervise those toys. Anyway, and then depending on how I'm feeling, I might have some breakfast and some tea, or I might just go back to bed because it's just like so tiring. And then even if I do stay up to eat and have some tea, half the time like I'm like, okay, try and stay awake, and then just fade and have to go and lie down. There's only been a few times here and there that I managed to just stay awake the entire day. So if I go back to bed, before I used to be waking up at around 10, but these days, sometimes I'm sleeping in till 11, or like, even if I wake up at 11, I'll just stay in bed feeling like a total zombie, a bit dizzy, because like it's not having second sleep, which is what I call it. Second sleep is not healthy. It doesn't feel healthy. I feel weird. Depending on how disrupted my sleep has been, sometimes like I feel like my heart's going crazy, which is great. No, and yeah, even before Hope's medical problems, with all the noise in this house, because everyone's mourning people, and then, yeah, no, it's too much. So everyone's making noise early in the morning, and yeah, I was tired then, but now I have to actually wake up at 6:30, whereas previously maybe sometimes I would sleep through some of the noise, but not now. Um, yeah, sleep till about 10, 11, 11:30. God help me. Um, Mikey leaves the house. Mikey wakes up so early, but he generally leaves the house around 10-ish, and then the house gets a bit quiet. Um, but usually I'm so out of it that I can't really film because I've had second sleep and I'm just like, ah. Um, yeah, so a lot of the time during the day, and especially in the morning, I'm just so out of it. I just sort of sit here checking my messages on like Facebook or whatever if I haven't already checked them, the first time around trying to stay awake. Um, Maybe I'll catch up with some of the YouTubers I watch if they've got a video out. Maybe I'll just watch random stuff. I'll play like Neopets off to the side, and just hope that my brain sort of loads up all the software to get on with the day. Then what do you know? It's lunch. So today I'm doing a little bit better because like I did manage to drag myself out of second sleep at around 10, and so I've had time to sit around watching YouTube, and oh my god, there's some disturbing stuff going on in the world, and like I just won't even get into it. Like it's not even like normal world events, but like internet culture events, and I'm just like and the whole like battle between ideologies and things. Anyway, so I've already had that and just been like, maybe that's enough internet for one day. And then I was just about to get dressed. And so here I am. Wait, I should do video first and just get something done because it's like weeks between each of my videos at the moment. And I'm just like, but I have so many ideas and I'm so out of practice. I just need to get back into it. And I have a webcam now. It's 11:30 at the moment. Yeah, no, I would, because if I didn't do this video now, if I was like, no, I'll get dressed first, maybe I'll go for a walk, and then maybe I'll make a video. No, I can't make a video because that's when everyone's having lunch, because thanks to COVID, I think Dad is probably going to be permanently working from home. Well, like we don't even know how long this is going to go for. And then Mum tried to retire, but they basically begged her to stay on. So she's not retired. She's retired more times than I've quit uni, which some of you know my history. Wow. Yeah, so like, it's fun having them home for lunch because, I guess family and so on, and we get on well. It's just like with all the noise and then me being sort of an awkward video blogger, I don't like people walking past at like the noise and thinking that someone's going to interrupt me at any moment. Yeah, so there's that. And then, if the news is on, I might get like, if I go and have lunch and then there's like someone making an announcement about something COVID related, and you're like, holy shit, that's where it's at now. Yeah, because my family pretty much has the news on anytime there's a TV around, like in the vicinity. Mostly ABC News, but occasionally Channel 7. And then in the afternoon, Mum tends to watch like every single news channel on free to air except for SBS. I'm just like, it's the same story pretty much, just told with different levels of, sensationalist, we want advertising revenue, but okay. Yeah, and then, oh well, so Mum goes out a bit. She's still going to the gym. Apparently, there's not many people at the gym, so yes, in theory, the gym is risky, but if there's no one there anyway, you might as well go. And she's got this little step counter, so she's, getting the steps up. Meanwhile, I am total slob, just like, okay, so now I've had lunch, what am I doing? And half the time I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing that day because it's taken me so long to get going. And then if I finally do get going, I don't know. Usually in the sort of early afternoon, I do my work from home job, which is with Dad's company anyway, because, in the early afternoon is when the things that I do finally come through because it's an international company, so time zones and all that. And I just want to get that out of the way. And then Mikey comes home 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, depending on the day, and suddenly it's noisy again. And even in that gap between depending on, if mum's home, maybe she'll be watching Netflix, maybe it'll be in the middle room, maybe it'll be loud. Um, but yeah, no, in the I think because of work from home happening in the late afternoon, I don't like to film because dad gives me the things that I need to do. Because the printer's upstairs. I've got a printer, but it's shit, and like, yeah, logging into their system and trying to print stuff from that just hasn't worked out for some reason. Don't know what's wrong with it. Everything goes the opposite colors, and then I thought I fixed it, but no, it's not fixed. So he just prints it for me upstairs and then brings it in, but at a random time. So if I was filming, it could be like, hey guys, and then here's stuff, and now I feel awkward and can't film. So that's why I'm sort of reluctant to film anything in the early afternoon. And then so like waiting for that, depending on how late it is, suddenly all, Mikey home and all the noise associated with that. And then oh, about 6:30 I have to do Hope's meds again, his evening meds, and then 7-ish, well, usually we have dinner somewhere in between that, and then 7-ish he's got to have his dinner. Hope also has lunch at the moment. Oh my god, so many things to remember. And then usually around dinner time we're watching the main news, which like that one is kind of worth watching as long as I haven't overdone it through the rest of the day on the 24-hour news channel. Oh, and then yeah, sometimes there's programs after that, and then what do you know, it's like 8 or 8:30, and I'm like, should I start anything else? If I do, it's not necessarily going to be video. Like, my AD Destroyer project is out now, and so I've been trying to scramble together promo for that, and if I get too carried away with trying to share that across Facebook groups or wherever, because we haven't really done a proper strategy, yeah, then before I know it, it's midnight, and whoops, I've stayed up too late. So what I've been trying to do instead is watch Buffy. Just finished season 1 last night, and then 8:30. Okay, if I've watched that for about an hour and just sort of stuffed around, then it's 10 o'clock, and I should probably be heading to bed. And what do you know? I didn't get any filming done, so yeah, that's kind of like, just how do I even make videos anymore? I don't know. Like, I just have to jump on, like, hey, I'm still in my pajamas, but here we are, let's talk about something. I mean, I guess, like, on the upside, my channel's not about anything in particular, so I don't need to plan, and maybe I'm overthinking, like, oh, I have all these topics I want to make videos about. Maybe I'm overthinking about it, like, I should just do what I used to do and jump on the thing and just be like, hey guys, here's my life today, because I sort of started YouTube as like a video diary. Probably shouldn't have deleted all those older videos, like, but it's still been more successful than me keeping a paper diary, because I tend to just like rip out all the pages, throw them away, and forget about them. So yeah, someone's trying to message me. Oh, I don't know. Like, I do want to make videos on topics instead of just like, here's another ramble today and here's another ramble, because I do have specific things I want to talk about. But then I think maybe I pressure myself into thinking I really need to, figure out what I want to say and maybe say it in a logical thing instead of going on tangents about my boot and the way I fixed my boot. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so this is where I'm at. And I'm hungry, and like, I'm hungry because I had my breakfast before my second sleep, so it's actually been longer than usual between meals. Like, if I don't eat first and then I have second sleep, then I eat like around 10 or 11, and now it's 11, but I last ate at like 7:30, so my body's like hungry. So I should get dressed, because like staying in your pajamas all day, it just feels not great. It makes me feel lazier, and like my body temperature doesn't feel right. And then maybe I'll eat something else, and God knows, like, I'm trying to just stick to 2, like caffeinated teas, Lady Grey tea, because when I was a kid, I was like, that's my tea. It's got my name on it. Never mind that it's been misspelled. It's my tea. And I kind of just stick to it because I'm a creature of habit. I do like other teas, but like, if my tea is there, why would I have other teas? The other teas are there for when I run out of my tea, which I never run out of, because my parents are like, it was on special, so I got 50 boxes. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry if the sound distorts because I haven't really figured out this camera yet. Um, God, I tried filming with the light off so that you wouldn't get so much distracting background, but it it freaks out that there's not enough light, and so it was giving me all this ghosting. And you could still see a little bit of, I don't know, like my phone definitely has better picture, but this will just be easier to just film something and be done with it. Hey, yeah, what was I saying before that? I don't know, because I'm a creature of chaos and you can't stop me from going on random rambles. At least I speak faster than I used to and don't have so many long pauses. Like if you go back and watch my really old videos, and I was just like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's still zooming! Shit, man. Um, yeah, with that, I think we've sort of, I mean, I could go on forever, couldn't I? I think I figured out how to live stream, so maybe at some point I'll do that. But there's still the problem of interruptions, my crappy sleep cycle at the moment. Oh my god, I have bonsai tomorrow, so I am going to have to stay awake all day. And that's the thing, here goes my week. Let's get back into the ramble, guys. So my week sort of goes Wednesday, I have bonsai, and like it's great, time goes really fast, but at the end of it I'm kind of exhausted, and then the whole Thursday usually I'm still recovering from it because for some reason, maybe I'm just too unfit, but for some reason I just can't handle it. Like Thursday I am dead, my whole body is recovering, I can't think. Maybe by the afternoon I can sort of function, but I just, like, even worse than I am every other day, I'm just like, oh, I can't do anything. Friday, maybe I've recovered, maybe not. Chances are, like, on that Wednesday night and Thursday night, I've probably stayed up too late because, like, I've sort of just entered this I'm super tired hypnosis, and so I stay up till midnight. And then so Friday, I'm a little bit off, and my timings in terms of waking up and when I'm doing everything is late. And so then I spend the rest of my like weekend trying to bring my bedtime earlier and earlier and earlier. So then maybe by Monday and Tuesday, I am staying up a bit earlier, and like instead of having second sleep straight away, sometimes I don't even have the second sleep. But then Wednesday comes back again, and I have to stay awake all day, and then I'm doing all the things and lifting things and concentrating, and then the cycle starts again because I'm tired and I have to build it all up again. So that's my habits at the moment. And COVID has really messed things up with people being around as well, and then Hopi's medical condition. One good news we got is he doesn't have to have a vaccination this year because they did a test to check what antibodies he has, and he's got plenty. And since he has an autoimmune condition and we're currently suppressing his immune system, giving him vaccinations isn't really going to work the way you want it to. So yeah, he doesn't have to have one this year because he's got enough going on as it is, and he doesn't go into risky areas. We're keeping him away from other dogs anyway, so cool. Because there's one that might have been relevant that he could have had up his nose instead of with a needle. But yeah, no, as long as he's not going to those kinds of places, he'll be fine. So that's one less vet thing. But no, I still have to wake up at 6:30 every day, and it's really sort of like, and I feel, and do I even practice vocals? Sometimes I sing when I do my work from home, but it's more like just clean singing while I'm sitting around, not really concentrating, and then like croaking along in my shitty fry scream. Because when you're sitting down and concentrating on other things, it's kind of hard to go into a full-on growl. So I'm just like, hi, yeah, I'm totally doing heavy metal vocals kind of crap. Some days I do a bit of vocal practice, and some days I go a little bit nuts on Snapchat, but not as much because I'm just too tired to concentrate on things. And how do I even achieve anything? I've managed to post some stuff on like Rainbow Death Ray. I drew a little unicorn picture to send someone. Like, yay, I am achieving things. I updated the music section of my website finally. So it's got AD Destroyer on it and a few other things that I hadn't updated. I applied for an audition for the Halloween thing again. Don't know if it's going to go ahead this year because Sydney's cases are just sort of plodding along, and it's a little bit like we could go either way. Just this year, it sucks. Like, I don't mind staying home all the time because that's what I did when I was depressed anyway. I was only just starting to think maybe I should go out, and now I'm like, no, I'll just keep living the way I am. But so many things about my home life have sort of shifted, and I'm not used to it yet. And I'm tired all the time. So it just, yeah, I'm sorry. Videos will be like they have been, just random, getting out whatever I can get out, which is annoying because there are some things that I wanted to get done while they were topical. Like, if I could have done an AD Destroyer video, I still want to talk about that, but now it's already been released for a while, so you'll just get it at some random time. And then recently, Malin Baker gave me a shout out in one of his videos, which was very unexpected and very cool. And it would have been nice to make a video like, right after that going like, hey guys, here's a thing that happened. I've been wanting to talk about some of my favorite YouTube channels anyway. I've got this to-do list that I haven't updated since the end of May, and it's like YouTubers I watch series, and then I've listed a bunch of YouTubers I wanted to talk about, and Malin Baker was one of them. And then he, shouted me out in one of his videos, and I'm like, that would have been a perfect time to do that video. But no, this is my life. On the upside, I don't know what's going on with Punk Rave Australia. Like, we've had contact, but nothing's happening, so at least I don't have to pressure myself to do that. I would like to do them, but how do I film anything at the moment? It's tricky. I'm sure I could work it out. Like, if I absolutely had to make a video, I'm sure I could do it, but I don't. And oh my god, also time critical, Final Fantasy, because like, what days? I think I've got 1 week left of my Xbox Game Pass, and there's no way I'm going to finish that because, I don't know, I'll talk about that later. I'm actually hungry and I need to get dressed because I'm feeling like that sort of weird sweatiness when you've been wearing your pajamas for too long. I just wanted to get on and make a video where I've still got a chance, and I'm gonna go and like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's pretend to be a YouTuber. I have a Patreon, guys. Give me money, guys. Buy my band's music. And what else am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to complain about the algorithm instead of like accepting that maybe I'm just shit at making videos that people want to watch. Oh man. Let's not get myself into trouble making fun of certain internet cultures. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys.
Whatever.